baby Jonah anko team no but Pjanic Pilo Busquets mo dey from a deep lying playmaker on your holding deep lying playmaker meaning say a playmaker but deep because naturally playmakers no advance number 10 for no number 10 for Bruno Mono animo because we deep line meaning say the number 10 ye no ye but we deep how na Frankie de Jong so na no anything any different from Caicedo no they make the game from deep but this guy is an all-rounder so we know me Mikel ya Adriano paper
okay wo me da say meza na memre na fe intio
menche na we story be about Michael Olise
Wontumi
na Mo Salah sanko muji 2 years enko na nke ba be replace Mo Salah with Liverpool em say ade ba ko amehunu no football mu pa na say we replace a different player is not all about the potential, the talent you have, but it's about the character. So be if we are say we may natural say obia on a boafo, and obia woni pa on a net na bobra it me mane tumpon. Tina o waria ono yire net wo mo bobra en kasa ba ko bobra. Mumienu nyina o se so boafo no yire. Serebe obusu mu amo aboa. Me hu ni say Michael Olise ye boafo only main character. Whenever you are bringing in someone to replace Mohamed Salah, you are bringing in someone who can literally become the face of the club and become the main character, just like Mo Salah.
Na to say the no na ye discuss no say enko so mu yi Salah studio no dia ma Florian Vet na ne Olise na be boafo say the o kan no.
There are certain duties are fancy eba naturally untimi share obi fan share ne kon. There are people who are born with it and certain wo nyina enyepe obi ana ne shebre ene se de esiti aye no but emom se de esiti aye obi no kofo obi na ba e also hunu se nipa kro na ade ne ba ne betumi a contain the pressure and nipa kro na wo free ho no wo de ne be hye wa ma na ba be ye. Michael Olise to me we ask me sia me no te he kase so kase me me top 3 right wingers or more soro a ono na ma number 1 obeba number 2
top right wing
sisi ya me no wo kase yo
okay
enya mre twam
yes
me no wo kase season ye prim komo me no wudi ye o kase me top 3 right wingers wo wi ase a so anya wana obeye 2 because bono oboba sisi ano so numbers abanafa sanko Crystal Palace na nkenim se bono na obo but numbers ne yesi da ehunu ne bebrisa but then obo game ni nyina and there's a lot of acceptance e wo wi ase nyina say Bayern Munich na kasa dia tum say it is one of the best signings of my year em so mo dai o man susu sada e ka we di ate. And they are trying to find their Iron Robin and Frank Ribery in Akoda way and Luis Diaz. In Liverpool, the extension of Mohamed Salah might have given them hope. But in the long run, they might be asking questions as to the direction of Liverpool. Because they say the whole Liverpool setup is not centered around Mohamed Salah again. Despite the fact that Mohamed Salah and the main character of this Liverpool team. But then they coach na dwuma na wo ye ne kire se ye kwa ye nim na ye hwe future ne dia I was say ye asodie ne di mama bi ebi na woka Florian Vet de no fancy Florian Vet only the capacity to become the main man for Liverpool. Not in terms of talent, not in terms of quality, but I think the character some of these main parties in the bar on board no oni bi
no ohusuna e fane.
You see fancy and I said there are certain things you are born with it. Salah Virgil van Dijk who is a naturally born leader. I find you be jene kon Cristiano Ronaldo obi nkan kire wo who na no was a yes Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Look at these guys. Florian Wirtz is really talented. quality ni wɔ hɔ but some of these traits that comes with being the main man and the expectations how to carry it on your shoulders no fancy menya sure fancy menya sure kra menya sure so betimi adi sa adwuma no menya sure betimi so in Liverpool's sense no just maybe in the next future omo be cheni nyina so omo cheni nyina ma omo dia then wo de obi ti say Michael Olise ba he is going to be there to help you to make sure say sa anyoma no mo betimi akuta what did they mention as no but it is still remain whether who is going to be the main character for Liverpool at the end of the day but those things no fancy it takes a different breed to make sure so betimi achieve this at the end
I say Keisha Nicholas say Isak should be the poster boy after Salah's exit. He's their next Torres Suarez.
Isak actually say team meeting say Newcastle United obey main man but the expectation at Liverpool and the expectation at Newcastle United are totally different. Yes. Akoda ba ko wo team ni mo am hu so betima fasa suban pa ekiki.
Hugo.
Me na me catch it. That boy is a superstar or consistent kakra bia. E de nyoma kakra bi talent no ho a. Oh. He has the aura to be the character and the main man you need in your team.
I am a bamming phobia.
What did you mention as no? Bausa. I feel as be ye be me and kakra. E Premier League nim.
Omo me obedience I want to say. Omo to say me nan carry asos na.
Omo me. E say be no me the be me kakra. I feel na ho de nim be me. What did they mention? But is he expectations now that was Salah so Liverpool in your manufacture so. Imagine every season, everyone is expecting you to score 25 goals, 30 goals. Ellen Haaland, Mujumedi, Nibi, or Mabejibu City, Nibi, no. If you even have a mid-season like 10 goals, 15 goals, which is normal for KBA, could be both different team, normal man, or who is a say we flop it. That Mbappe better 20 goals for Real Madrid in the league, pen or man for Nibenya case is selling form above form.
And when they come 43, no.
What you say? Yeah. So the standard you set for yourself, Hurricane now, but 15 goals in a season, yeah. Season in Banari, Van Dijk, share. Oh, Fuzzy, is it the standard you set for yourself? What is it? The standard you set for yourself and the aura you build for yourself, no? And on the team, yeah. Sakatama Putu, Sakatama Pete. What I say?
Shake it to the max.
Shake it to the max. We can clearly see you everybody in the bar. Is it? Even as you see on Real Madrid stories, and they told me say Ellen Haaland, actually Adrian go back to how the squad is even being managed by Xabi Alonso. In the last few days, last week, there's been stories about Jude Bellingham, Krampus Onya. Yeah. Or by exploiting another opportunity.
Premier League, you know.
You see, the main character syndrome, fancy. Sometimes, yeah, but when you be team to be a hard ring. I don't think Real Madrid can keep Vinicius Junior, keep Mbappe, keep Bellingham. No, the Haaland abe count. Wontumi. Obi catch him said the Galactico era. Yenya Ronaldo. Ubinya top players. Even at a point in time, no more good team now with team ade. That is why Real Madrid is Real Madrid. I agree. But we are in a certain generation where our football management assistant said their football assistant. Said the Nkulano, you titi who are fa ball mono. Assistant HM first no. First, what did they mention as no? And then there is more internet to see whatever that is happening. Now, Nkulano mabano krampo who brand and never brand is serious than even the olden days. They are not players be sitting home. And they atadi obeshe. Boot or the bubble. So a captain somebody called the born in Sacrano, Pese be free muba. Emmanuel Matimiku the man. Haaland he is the king of Manchester City. In Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe is the king. We back at yourself Vinicius Junior, but fancy the mileage, the branding, the level of Kylian Mbappe do no. He's a big boy. In the Real Madrid setup, This be a old players ni bi na nkeda so what team ni man ka make but see na me no wo ka say prem wa ye di nkomo ye ka so be a big boy with dressing room on ma he's the captain of the French national team Oje World Cup no age say who the number of goals are watching na Real Madrid team no class here starting lineup o ma ya sese omo ni nyina no we players na aka omo ya sese omo Afu players no.
This is in grass.
What you say?
Wontumi.
I don't think changes now. No, the young country is one to bench. Newton knows this kind of players. I don't young country map is all that China video shows more Accra.
Newton say who player but say Mbappe was squad man there. Yeah, maybe I talk kind of from the layman point of view.
Now me pen coaching perspective go
the amount for attackers oh you bonny dim cross and your goalkeeper there no credibility
Oh sir, there be a boy line up for but the idea be start to coach in the team and Sanya Bobo.
Well, line up in the over boy.
Yeah, but even training from Wednesday neighbor no. Training ekosu nyina no. The oye keeper na enye favor in the final third so a striker uhunu eyi no ho. It even before line up rebe no. Player bi nim say start, coach nim say the pass message over start. Say e warm up no e slow coach ba ko gina chaka say asawe. Players ni nyina wo ho. Ba nya obi na warm up na hododo no be hawo. But player bi dey warm up wanye ni yan follow procedure and now who so slow kekachira who so start ebusebusa say medical team no physio no dey na hawe but player bi on ma onya bi do no kra na makwa kumeshem na yenko players be very important yeah.
And that is where Kylian Mbappe grew the brand na kwa kudu. So imagine in the dressing room Vinicius too is also fighting from the South American part to come in to become the main man. Then there's Erling Haaland. Fancy I think say
what hitting on the nail. Me and Sadio so emfa.
I know my be that.
Me and Sawe.
The me be a me Newton the come dey me for so no say. Baby Mbappe da say the tire discuss so o free rings aba. Sa to say proper nine no. And once na Haaland ewo. So say oba it means I was saying Mbappe court left side edge man bread.
Mbappe na
no Haaland. So no be say na Mbappe no so be edge man ama. Haaland say they can salad here no.
Me more perfect example of the Bakubisi. United Benya Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney,
Park Jin-sung,
Berbatov, Park Jin-sung. Busa on say the Tina Tevez. Eddie Bufu team no. You see these things.
You can't clear Ronaldo stand out.
Say
Ronaldo dey na gigs mu nyina chi o me respect.
What did they mention?
Ronaldo big.
So in this instance, the big man in here or Real Madrid, Obiadia Tumi Mbappe.
Alonso wants so we so. Me nsasa no.
Okay.
Alonso best bibia.
Best bibia.
So Alonso so.
Emwa.
Wow, Steve.
Oh, but mama fa video we see. Hey, Shadrack Mesrem mo pela Libya for goalkeeper ni go no konsi.
Man go na sha na mo beza mo kasa sheda. Me de man no Shadrack o. Na be 3-2 no ball 3-3 no.
Right.
Na yaw.
Ade won hu bi da.
Hey.
Won hu bi da me za we hu bi da.
Na Libya bobo drum pempenso se oni Kevede bobo
no a sha ne 3 no na omo bo qualifiers omo ha adwe o
fancy bo we dey
omo no we dey bibi wom no me say omo ntokra no omo yi ni krantia o
ana me ka se bo we Libya yere ne ho bo akobehye no bo bibi wom
and you for the dinner saka won no bi
going there o for the anyway difference bebre
o for the anyway difference
difference bebre
yeah you need time Steve Obrawa
difference bebre
o man so a kana me menko
yeah. A lot of interesting games in the bus on the continent, and the penultimate game will be a fight for a place at the FIFA World Cup, a global showpiece. Each and every footballer person occur. Nenra Egypt may qualify, and it has become the 4th time in their history. The Obibe Busa say a storied nation when we talk about everything football on the continent of Africa, Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia. And then later, Ghana, Congo, Kinshasa, Guinea coming up or more joining. It's the real African football and the history of African football. The Holy Trinity of Sudan, Ethiopia, and then Egypt. But Egypt and the oldest African football team are a war on the continent. And surprisingly, this will be their 4th appearance at the competition. Now, fourth appearance here, Omunye, Egypt nkoi, enkoye de Morocco aye bino. Onye de Cameroon, akoye, onye de Ghana aye at the AFCON. But the lighthouse of African football, so aye the Pharaohs of Egypt. 7 trophies to their credit. So a team as dominant as Egypt, I didn't know Egypt teaming conquer the world, because that has always been the discussion and the conversation. To the point that even qualifying for competitions now are tough. Egypt Maya and a lot of political instability in terms of allies here joining will be into a lot of the World Cup qualifiers. Egypt in their history are draw. Into the reason Omo appear the most at the competition, despite the most successful African nation, I had the fact that Egypt, even with the AFCON 1975, they will withdraw because you host competition, might be or money or money, so they will not come. So Egypt was sad, history. Occur in the 1960s, the same thing happened with Egypt. At some point, they had allies with Syria or joining Egypt to the Turkey. They had those things into not consistency in your family. But the golden generation of Egypt from 2004 up to 2010. Sa squad, in fact, si Abubo Dini say Hosni, Ahmed Zidane, Wali Goma, Sam Hadri.
Ahmed Zaki mo.
Now, shed the quality of possess every area on the field of play. Me who team I complete. It will be as a chair team in there. Sa team from 2006 dominated the AFCON. Every area, Ahmed Fatih at the right. Check team I am pregnant with quality at every area. Omona and qualified. Then Samuel Eto'o and then Didier Drogba. And then they hoisted the flag of Africa in Europe. But so is it about obsession with the African trophy? And say, if you claim to be the best, in quotes, Europe from the continent of Africa, I didn't dominate the African continent. Because back then, not Cameroons who were a good squad. Jeremy Njitabu, they were all there for this Cameroonian national team. Now I check it, Ivorian team. Didier Zokora, Aruna Dendani, Bakari, Koni Atabuka. They also had a quality squad. Almost went to me and Mwerium. Then you come to Ghana. Also and Timmy and Yebibia. The best I Ghana Timmy Koye with Muntari, Essien, Quincy, Usua Beye was to play third. And he saw Kobe in 2010. It was the same Egyptian team. But the Mo Salah are different from the golden generation of Egyptian players. Because at some point, now you compare Abu Trika who's need to Kaka. You feel so Mono Betima dominate Europe, or more than or more. But the reason they were that successful, they said, no more it was almost like the Barcelona team, a real 2010 Belgium World Cup in the moment. That was the team Egypt had. But Wontumi World Cup no do. But under the time of Mo Salah, although 2 World Cup, in the 4 World Cup in total, Egypt akono, Salah do omoko 2. There are certain players I now show mu game na ultimu say also football reward omo. Ebini Hurricane dey. Na Hurricane to me and then a career without a trophy. Or Steven Gerrard. I was thinking football rewarding with the Premier League trophy. But fate and destiny had its way, and then Senna Ekosi. Mo Salah Naba at the time, Egypt are not dominant on the continent anymore.
Davi.
That said, Omako 2 finals. One they lost to Cameroon, I think in 2017. Michael Ngaju, Benjamin Basugog, Christian Basugog,
Benjamin Mukanju.
I know much competition if you want to. Egypt bounced back again in 2019. The fierce rival time Egypt player and African players Eji Omudino, Sadio Mane and Senegal. They came again. The game no caught in the wire penalties and they lost again. So share scenarios we now share Salah leading the chart, qualifying for the World Cup. And no say be a back home. Send you two Messi no possibly be better because Rebecca say host ni Mubarak ne Abu Trika. They won us a trophy. At the end of Salah I want to show. Saying indeed in the annals of Egyptian football, no, he has to be revered.
I say time Egypt will form no. Omo AFCON no continent and dominate yet omo ntimi forward. And time also be fan say omo need the golden generation no. I don't know omo to qualify for the World Cup, but omo ntimi conquer Africa.
Yes. Omo qualify for Africa, but omo ntimi conquer. But yeah, Egypt squad way pa there. Now you're very sincere with everyone. When your squad abeka say aye rich sir. Maka 2006 the end to 2010. Even with that, now Egypt had a consistent manager in Hassan Shiata. They had a consistent team and almost among themselves. And Sana Zidane called Dortmund, Ahmed Zaki, so called I think Wigan Athletic.
Yeah, Wigan.
So that is the story of Egypt. Now Musa Lesande Omakobim. Papi de Menya, the Morocco for Akoye. Elsewhere, with the Maghreb land, some competition. So Ghana and Nigeria,
Okay.
But the most important thing for me is I wish for Salah to win the AFCON trophy with Egypt. Because Niaoye, the wire of Premier League, you know, at Debbie Beba, now he is the all-time top scorer of African footballers that World Cup qualifies in the history of the competition. Actually, the most goals.
Yes.
Now it's an elite list. Juana Uhunu, Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o. So for Obi and the game, no, Omodio no as a winger, or transiting Accra as a renowned goal scorer. I bet you this legend, no, everyone should tell you the level of Mo Salah. So I'm happy that Wasen lead Egypt be for another World Cup. But this time around, if they are able to make it out of the group, I'll be pleased with the performance of Egypt.
Whoa. Maybe say I share a Black Star City and na Yababa Shah Santoro Quenra outstanding game I boss na. I bet more situation it is saying.
I bet
after the game no Olympic.
Looking good, but he's a tough guy. He's a players be or
yeah.
I to say Siri Kwabrafo on only any different.
And I go no share and sana me say me bofi family show. Box nature we ba be a act no one. What je done ya killing.
Una children new maybe.
Oh,
it will start now. No. That game never.
Game na nkase. I was a maka about weather asem. And no new money number there dance na weather na conducive. Oh, ade ba ko ha na say ama TV so am obi anya bia we say na yenim sa be ba no.
Ya mo traffic ka say hwan na ukoshe.
Let me know some maka so because boys no quality.
Hwan na wo ball no passion.
Hwan na kwakore ya commentators na that time na make those names. E ma sa for me boa ka sem boa. Oreba na ya kan is boa nipa.
He's very good. Only ball
because se nipa no ye na ba kwode bia a flash ade but why the last time volley as man work against Kwara. Now we are also bicycle bar and then one K
the sort of confidence now Okame Kojopukumu has a more attitude in Ibi Wonimuna or relentless. He doesn't give up. And
so you know they are serious on Kwadi
professional
off pitch and so
Obuade Okasa with and only idea a buana Casepa
one routine so yeah
until because your friend blaster and yes will be now calling Sika Abbott no Nibi Afin or Pebby or no why is there Peter and John
and the new Akasa
and will be a crank or Sika and son or I did there man. He is the finest. He's the finest in the local scene. So per striker pa.
To be very honest. Oh, say my job is to scout.
Yes.
League, but I can tell you many players they are virtually unknown to other people, but minimum. And then Kobo be Rezi say new. Maybe I could talk one I'm find about new season here, and I'll be talking about those players. it may take some months omo ko from ba or later omo ko from mama na abeta more from baby o free ba no and Olympics no I said say wa go do but so hwe ne kind of game na obody ma omo no the only thing left was obenya coaching out the next phase of the career no so we ya me hwe every time I me hwe ni nyina na enye me wo mitirimu a me de mani ane madwene abu say o de be kan game no ho daache na we mpo no onyanya ne yie he needs a constant partner.
Okay.
Football na ye bono.
Ati say bia yesesa nipa bi wani mu.
Yeah, I want nchen. He needs a constant partner. And back de wanya ne yie pa coaching no. Ba bia the game no do no. On here change of coaches bebre.
Zito ye no ho adwuma.
Yeah. And look at so obo Dr. Ogum, obo Dr. Sorry, Coach Zito. And to be assessment stand next about on another coach. One boy no say. We are talking about Abetamwa. The creator players in the squad. It's yeah, me no. I feel sir.
Oh yeah, me jina so 26 because I start last year Raja.
Watch a full show.
David Momo ye o mu jina mo na so.
They won ya the two cast was should be an
group nyina platform.
So no gas abon.
Oh na say ya de we
obi a me time konso fi me fi
na
na ma sa so konso ko one nation da oni fi na bo fi Manfred na fi nyina no afufo
enko fufuro de adibi na yi game de nkabi
but boy na ye adwuma o ye papa me onse na new day crowd can say san volley no kwant o say no blasters call about was like fine okay a question as a
you give him as a moment in time anko the same to BBC say ya
yo enema bebre o field no so enema ni bi ye effort enema ni bi ye very difficult na enema ni bi no ye no top level of the game enema ni bi e wo team but in the execution ye very difficult
okay
enema ni bebre players na ho mo sa no enema wo mo team do so but referee no ball ben no a say obe execute sa kudus na no de ne na fa ne na nchem no age ball na to no no you think it's easy eh so referee no bona ben pay na impo ebeba utrim the moment no obeye no asaye baako so to have that volley you think it's easy odi me enyu obi an free ho no yes cross on pressure no so yes bom yen hwa de odi do anything obobo na betiato. He had the connection to that ball, hit on target, and maintained stability. One tough more. Obo one way na no sako. Where we no.
Out of
where
Lions game.
Caesar kick.
I bicycle way no.
Where na no. Yeah, but you know Honma. So it was look before even born Bekono. Where they here?
Where
Anwa
open
me go na me go no.
Okay. Or the baba wadi kan ye no akra enwa go no.
We are not some assistant.
Mama uncle na chime cast and
okay, so enwa de no so ni.
On hold it on uncle na chime person cast and fa
bicycle kick against Lions.
Yeah. Me short to me long shot no de be hu sa bete na ma on hold on wa ha. Once I feel ordinary nanim nyina no hwe ba bia ball no free ba me break in sequence actually.
Okay.
He said no face ba bia true no. Ba ne nchen two center backs jina ne nchen. Enye so onya aware o ya aware ba wo do ba to ni tiri me wo ho. But say o hwe ball no. Every information all gather nyina no gather defenders ni de awie. Right now all gather ball no de. It's a shake mo play. But shade on say ne nchen mu na da so keeper no. At the time of shooting
why off no asamba.
Yes. When you know gather information about the ball. Also say any fool ni forget information away now we decide to say or na chi na be chepo no whichever baby about no beto bia no benya connection but to score with your back to goal post very tough. Watch it here. What's the chi na goal post no enti because so we gather keeper information away on shake keeper bio
you come fast move 2 steps back
hold it enti shada can hold obo season no aha no catch him says so keeper na he's done
so
with
to ahano no say the wo kan obeso che say before the can scan him be a post no.
Yes, go frame no so of go frame no. He knows he's in the go frame.
The no so benya connection with the ball.
Worry intelligence
is absolutely brilliant.
Because scouting and name we na hwe am catch me coach. E debate na baba kika sa name na hu say on the game no mba enya satima na ye.
Brilliant player.
Coaching.
Brilliant player. He dey move 2 steps. He calculated the steps or movie 1 2 ana opejai now yanko go na Newton e kan
but when I have credit you see why will he still remain here because on him say somebody is sending the
yes
one a day back
Loda Moa
send obebona mama wait
so the Lord don't say the Lord so born
the weight
to friend it teasing cross
they said they are Newton there be more analyze more kind of teamwork ne cohesion ni e was say we born more
before cross na kabono where close shot the long shot in the bar before this cross now then the nine ebono se kabono fast ro kra still ko beba abe fast center back 2 nintima anya no ka job he was determined to have a connection once we know what the other half space e ka to mienu no mpienu te ba be keeper no right no kra na ko be fa do gire ni mu aba be pinball na she se kotoko baba ya pinball bi o dive here be se ka team kro na mo ba
against
o dive here bi team ball in drew ba bi o no o dive share ball no ball in drew ball in length in drew ba bi o no I have it on my mind o dive share ball no drew ba she bi kra ma Chelsea o ton hu share ball no from and on knock ball no west the question
the one player Zito de Biaka say Obobo I reminding of no Zito the playing days yes
we know about 3-0
Lord Amoa Obobo ni bia has abo we say su yam hwe Abetamwa in a tight space Newton in a short way play the way through fight a ball no otane na waskani keeper no wa highway ni tisi for mo panyan
when the player drew her one you don't bench him system be abebo be should favor him enti e kasa system na respecting he doesn't play from the supporting cast any longer and so on attacking